Hey everyone, I'm Dom from Wondershare UniConverter, and in this video we're going to look at a few ways to reduce the size of various files on Mac. We'll be covering data files, image files, video files, documents, so tag along. So reducing file size is called compressing, in other words, right? You compress something that has a certain size to a smaller one. We'll be looking at ways to compress files on Mac without any third-party tools, as well as using the UniConverter for multimedia files. First of all, let's look at the easiest method for compressing files on Mac. You can do this with all kinds of files. What you need to do is select the file you'd like to compress, then right-click on it, and from this menu, click on Compress. This will turn your file into a .zip file, which will have a smaller size. You can do this to multiple files and then compress the compressed files into one single compressed .zip file. And the cool thing is that it works with any kind of files. Now, to reduce the size of a video file on a Mac, you first need to open it with the QuickTime media player. It's the default player on a Mac, so if you double click on a video file, QuickTime will open it. Now, here in the file menu, navigate down here and go to Export As. And here we can choose another resolution for the video. It goes without saying that a lower resolution will reduce the file size as well, but I must add that this is not the most convenient method for compressing a video file. I'll talk about that later. The same way, if you want to reduce the size of an audio file, for example a large WAV file, you can do that with the QuickTime player. Likewise, from the file menu you need to go to Export As and choose Audio Only. This will save the audio file as a .m4a file with a significantly smaller size, as you can see here. Again, this is not the best way to compress audio files either, so let's see what is. So it is possible to compress video and audio files without changing their resolutions or formats. That is what we're going to use the UniConverter for, so let's check that out right now. In case you don't have the UniConverter yet, download and install it from videoconverter.wondershare.com. Once you have it up and running, you can click on the compressor tool, which you will find in the top right corner of the interface here. This compressor tool supports video and audio files, and you can use it to compress these files in a batch, multiple files at the same time. It's already a great advantage over QuickTime. So the way it works is that first you need to import your files. I'll add both audio and video files here for demonstration purposes. Next, we need to choose how much we'd like to compress these files. You can do that two ways. When you have a batch of files here, you may choose a universal compression ratio for all of these files on the list. For this, navigate down here and choose a compression percentage, either here or with this slider. It's a fast way, but given the fact that our files here on the list differ from each other greatly, some of them are larger, some of them are smaller, and we have video and audio files as well, it's just better to choose individual settings. To do that, you need to click on the settings icon here and use this slider to choose the compression ratio. This time, you'll also see the estimated output file size. Now, if you want the best file size quality ratio, leave the compression settings within this green area here. So basically, after choosing your compression percentage, you could just click on OK, but alternatively, you can go into the advanced settings and change the resolution, bitrate, etc. But we want to reduce the size of these files without changing the resolution or the file format, so we'll leave these settings as they are. As a final step before clicking on Start All, just choose yourself an output folder. Then click on Start All, and the processing time should be very fast. That's it. So on Mac, apart from compressing documents with the compress option, you have two other methods as well. If you have a PDF file, for example, they can get quite large in size. You can open them with the default preview application, and then navigate to the Files menu, and here go to Export, and then leave the format as PDF, but choose the reduce file size from this drop-down menu. When it comes to other text documents, you can open them in Pages, and then from the File menu you can click on Reduce File Size. Now, this method will only work if your document has images or embedded videos. As you can see, you have settings regarding those. If it's just plain text, there won't be any change in the file size by doing this. However, you may save an only text document as a different file format and reduce its size that way. Now, when it comes to reducing the file size of an image file on Mac, you can do that by clicking on an image file, and then down here on the right side below the preview image, you can click on more, and then here click on convert image. And then in this next window, you can select a new output format, but you can just also leave it as the original format, say JPEG or PNG, but you can choose a different output quality in this drop-down menu. Alternatively, you can reduce the size of an image with the UniConverter. You have to go to the image converter and import all of your images. It's again a convenient way because you can reduce the size of image files in a batch, saving a lot of time. And then if you select the universal settings for all of the images, you have to change the resize quality here. And then you can just export them all together. So that was reducing file sizes on Mac. I hope this video was helpful, and if you have any additional questions, don't hesitate to ask. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.